They just silenced one of America's biggest comedians. And the government is celebrating. This isn't about comedy anymore. This is about control. Jimmy Kimmel has been making jokes about politicians for over 20 years. But on September 17th, 2025, everything changed. A BC didn't just cancel a show. They bent the knee to government pressure in a way we've never seen before. This story starts with a tragedy, escalates into a comedy controversy, and ends with what might be the most dangerous precedent in modern media history. On September 10th, 2025, conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at Utah Valley University during a campus speaking event. The shooter, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, grew up in a conservative household, but had recently shifted to leftist ideology. He told his transgender partner he targeted Kirk because he had enough of his hatred. This wasn't a right-wing attack. This was a politically motivated assassination by someone on the left. On Monday night, September 15th, Kimmel made a catastrophic error. Instead of sticking to facts, he suggested the killer might have been a pro-Trump Republican. The MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, he said. This wasn't comedy. This was misinformation. And in 2025, misinformation has consequences. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr didn't just criticize Kimmel, he threatened him. This is a very, very serious issue right now for Disney, Carr said. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Think about that. A federal regulator just threatened a media company because he didn't like a comedian's joke. This isn't regulation. This is extortion. Disney had a choice: stand up for their comedian or protect their profits. They chose profits. With ESPN's NFL Network acquisition pending FCC approval, Disney couldn't afford to anger the government. So they threw Kimmel under the bus. This is how authoritarianism works, not with jackboots, but with business deals and regulatory threats. Nexstar Communications, which operates 23 ABC affiliates, was the first to abandon ship. Kimmel's comments are offensive and insensitive, they said. But here's what they didn't mention. Nexstar needs Trump administration approval for their own $6.2 billion Tenya purchase. Every company in the media ecosystem is now hostage to political approval. Trump's response was immediate and chilling. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. The President of the United States just celebrated the silencing of a comedian. He then predicted Kimmel would be next after Stephen Colbert's cancellation. This isn't governing. This is intimidation. This wasn't an isolated incident. CBS canceled Stephen Colbert's show last summer, officially for financial reasons. But after Colbert's constant Trump criticism, many suspected political pressure. When CBS parent company Paramount needed FCC approval for their Skydance deal, Colbert mysteriously got the axe. Now we see the pattern: criticize Trump, lose regulatory approval. Wednesday afternoon, excited fans lined up outside the Jimmy Kimmel Live studio. They had tickets, they were ready to laugh. Instead, they were turned away at the last minute. They waited to pull the plug right as the studio audience was about to walk in, said Tommy Williams from Jacksonville. Even the audience became casualties of this political power play. Legal experts are calling this what it is: government censorship. Another media outlet withered under government pressure, said Ari Cohn from the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression. We cannot be a country where late-night talk show hosts serve at the pleasure of the president. Even FCC Commissioner Ana Gomez criticized the administration for using the weight of government power to suppress lawful expression. The message to every other comedian in America is crystal clear: mock the president at your own risk. Saturday Night Live, The Daily Show, Last Week Tonight, they're all watching. When the government can destroy careers with regulatory threats, self-censorship becomes survival. This is how modern authoritarianism works. You don't need secret police when you control business licenses. You don't need censorship boards when regulatory approval means billions of dollars. Every media company is now asking the same question. Is it worth risking everything to tell the truth? And increasingly, the answer is no. After 22 years of making America laugh, government pressure had finally won. Here's the shocking truth they don't want you to know. This was never about Jimmy Kimmel's joke. This was a test to see if the American people would accept government control over comedy, over speech, over thought itself. And we failed that test. Jimmy Kimmel may be silenced, but we don't have to be. Share this story, make noise, demand answers, because when they silence one voice, they're coming for all of us next. The future of American comedy and American freedom depends on what we do right now.